Good morning, friends. Today we're gonna study about the next chapter. We have. Let us go for the next chapter of the video series that we are going through of Network N plus. That is the Network Plus. So what it is all about? Let's go to the next chapter. Whoa, whoa. Where is the next chapter starting? Okay, get some MCQs here. We got the MCQs here. MCQs now. So let us start with the chapter. What is the chapter name? We have the second chapter is about media connectors, media and connectors. So let us start about media and connectors. So let us study what is networking media. As identified in chapter 1, Introduction to Computer Networking, a network is a group of connected computers. The computers on a traditional local area network are connected by physical network media. Many types of media are used to connect network devices, and each type offers unique characteristics that you must understand to determine the media's suitability for a given network environment. We know the EMI resistant cable cause. EMI stands for electromagnetic interference. So there is a electromagnetic interference when there are wires connected to each other. So there is some magnetic and the electric fields are formed when the wires are too close to each other. That's the EMI. What is the data transmission rate? One of the more important media consideration is the supported data transmission rate or speed. Different media types are rated to certain maximum speed, but whether they are used to the maximum depends on the networking standard used and the network devices connected to the network. What is the bandwidth? The transmission rate of media is sometimes referred to incorrectly as the bandwidth. In truth, the term bandwidth refers to the width of the range of electrical frequencies or amount of channel that the media can support. Bandwidth correlates to the amount of data that can traverse the media at one time, but other factors determines what the maximum speed supported by a cable. Transmission rates are normally measured by the number of data bits that can traverse the media in a single second. In the early days of data communication, this measurement was expressed as bits per second, but today's network are measured in Mbps, that is a megabits per second. The different type of network media vary the transmitter rate they can accommodate. If you work on a network that accommodates huge amount of data, transmission rates are a crucial consideration. In contrast, many older networks in small offices might occasionally share only files and maybe a printer. In such an environment, transmission rate is not a big issue. Media length. Not all networks have the same design. Some are isolated to a single office building, and others span large distances. For large network implementation, media length, that is the maximum distance over which a certain type of media can be used, might be a factor in the network administrator choice of network media. Each media has a recommended maximum length, and surpassing this recommendation can cause intermittent network problems that are often difficult to troubleshoot. All types of media have maximum lengths because a signal weakens as it travels farther from its point of origin. let's go. Media is the medium through which there are data transfers between the two devices. So what are the media examples? We have the copper-based media, then we have is particularly susceptible to attenuation. So attenuation is less than the copper ones. All the different types of copper cables offer varying different of resistance to weakening signals. Some copper media, such as shielded twisted pair (STP), secure transmission and physical media. Physical media provides a relative secure transmission media because to gain the access to the signal on the cable, a person might physically access it. That is, the person might tap into the cable. Fiber optic cable is more secure than optic based media. Fiber optic cable are basically based on the light. The light has been used as a medium of transferring the data into zeros and ones. That is the difference between the copper one. So let us study about the simplex and the half duplex. Simplex means only a one-way communication. Half duplex means we can transmit the data once at a time, but it is can be transferred both the ways. And in full duplex, we can both transmit from one computer to the other computer simultaneously. They are interacting with each other. That's the difference between the simplex, half duplex, and the full duplex. So there are associations. There is Electronic Industries Association, Telecommunication Industries Association. So we have, you have studied about the Cat 1, Cat 2, Cat 3, Cat 5. So let us study about the category 1 UTP cables, that is the copper one. Voice grade UTP telephone cable because of its susceptibility to interference and attenuation and its low bandwidth capability. Category 1 UTP is not practical for network applications. So you see, I had already told you. Category 2 is the data grade cable capable of transmitting data up to 4 Mbps. Category 2 cable is too slow for networks. It is unlikely that you will encounter Category 2 used on any network today. What is a Category 3? Data grade cable capable of transmitting data up to 10 Mbps with a possible bandwidth of 16 MHz. Years ago, Category 3 was the cable of choice for twisted pair networks. As network speed pushed the 100 Mbps speed limit, Category 3 becomes ineffective. Category 4 data grade capable that has potential data throughput of 16 Mbps. Category 4 cable was often implemented in the IBM token ring networks. Category 4 cable is no longer used. Now let us talk about the Category 5. Category 5 data grade was typically used with a fast Ethernet operating at 100 Mbps with a transmission range of 100 meters. Category 5 was a popular media type. The cable is an outdated standard with newer implementation using the PHY-E standard. Category 5, despite being used primarily for 10/100 Ethernet networking, can go faster. The IEEE 802.11ae standards specify 1000 Mbps over Category 5. What is Category 5e? Data grade cable used on network that run at 10 to 100 Mbps and even theoretically specifies 1000 Mbps depending on the implementation. However, actual speed would like to be less. Category 5 cables can be used up to 10 meters depending on the network's standard use. Category 5e provides a minimum of 100 MHz of bandwidth. Category 6 high performance UTP cable of transmitting data up to 10 Gbps. Category 6 has a minimum of 250 MHz of bandwidth. Specifies disable distance up to 100 meter cable length with 10, 100, 1000 Mbps transfer along with 10 Gbps over shorter distances. Category 6 It is typically made of 4 twisted pairs of copper wire, but its capability far exceeds those of other cable types. Category 6 twisted pair use a longitudinal separator which separate each of the pair of wires from each other. This extra construction significantly reduces the amount of crosstalk in the cable and enables for the faster transfer rate. What is a Category 6A? Category 6A offers improvement over Category 6 by offering a minimum of 500 MHz of bandwidth. It specifies transmission distance up to 100 meters and is used with 10 Gbps networking standard used as 10 GB GBSD. So you can see here we have the first of all the insulation in a coaxial cable construction. There is an insulation, there is a ground, there is other insulation, then we have the main wire into it. That's the formation of a coaxial cable. What is a fiber optic cable? The fiber optic cable are of two types, that is the single mode and the multi-mode. This larger core enables hundreds of light rays to fall through the fiber simultaneously. Single mode fiber, on the other hand, has a small core that enables only a single light beam to pass. The light transmission in single mode fiber passes through the core in a direct line called a flash light plane. The numerous light beams in multi-mode fiber bounce around inside the core, inching towards their destination. Because light beam bounce within the core, the light beam slows down, reduces in strength, and takes some time to travel along the cable. For this reason, single mode fiber speed and distance are superior to those of multi-mode. So single mode fiber is being superior in the speed and the distance than those as compared to the multi-mode. That's the difference between the single mode and the multi-mode. We have 62.5 micron core, so this one is the core. They have the buffer jacket, then we have the strength member, then we have the black fluoroethane outer jacket, then the media connectors. We have the RJ connectors, RJ45. These are the RJ45 connectors. You can see here the SD connector uses a half twist bayonet type of clock. What is a universal serial bus connector? USB ports are now a common sight on both desktop and laptop computer systems. Like IEEE 1394 USB is associated more with connecting consumer peripherals such as MP3 players and digital cameras than with networking. However, many manufacturers now make wireless network cards that plug directly into a USB port. Most desktop and laptop computers have been 2 and 4 USB ports, but USB hubs are available that provide additional ports if required. We go to the other one. We have the UTP, that is very low in the resistance to attenuation, low. And STP it is moderate, thick coax is moderate, fiber optics is very high, perfect, very high, moderate. So this is for the chapter we studied about cables. What kind of cables are available, what are the transmission media through which we can transfer the data. That's all we studied about in this chapter. So it basically deals with how we can have the physical connection between the two computers. So the physical connection can be made between the fiber optic cables. We can use the copper cables, and there are connectors we talk about the RS RJ45. Then we talked about the universal serial bus. Universal serial bus is basically serially transfers data into zeros and ones. So that's the difference. All that's for the chapter. If you like my channel, subscribe it. If you have any questions about it, try to comment in the comment box. I will try to answer if any of you have any questions about it. Thank you.